WesWes, y'all.
Alright, welcome to another episode of the Empty Out the Clip podcast, the EOTC. My name is Cams. I'm here with the brother Letz. What's up, brother?
What's up, Oos? What is good, man? It's good to see you. Good to hear you, right?
Yeah, it's good to see you too. Good to see you too with your new mic you got in your hands. Man,
rewind the tape, Oos. I told them, I don't care if there's nothing to eat in the morning. I don't care if there's nothing new. I just want to see a microphone sitting at the table, man. But yeah, bro, it's good. It's got good sound, eh? Good quality, man. I think the listeners need to hear some good, decent sound over the lives on online too. We owe to the listeners, eh?
Sharp, man. No, it's good. It's good to have yeah, man, it's good to be back on the Intel Clip. We missed the weekend. We've probably been real busy this weekend. I'll probably touch on that when we get to the what we did during the week. But start for some shout outs, man. Who you got?
Yeah, man, my first biggest shout out, massive shout out, bro, is to my bro Devita Doha Go again, man, for lacing me up with the new Never Seal Lalo, man. The dude is putting in the work, man. Like I say, man, I'm always gonna praise guys who's putting in the work, and even like yourself, Wolves, bro. I started listening to that your last episode 208 on Back on the 135, man. You're putting in the work too. So it's good to see. And even Eric, I saw Eric early this morning. Shout out to Eric, man. He was my lifesaver. I woke up in the morning. There's no toilet paper, so I went and bought a 4-pack for $9 from the BP. But yeah, shout out to that guy, and also to the bro. Avs, man, haven't been seeing any of his socials, so he must be packing up his stuff. So he knows what's going on there. But yeah, that runs off my list of shoutouts.
Sharp, man. Yeah, it's funny how you brought up toilet paper, because, dude, you know, right now, I know what brand of toilet paper to buy.
Okay,
you know? I always go for it.
There's a dispute now shopping basket, man. Yeah.
Because you know what? The one I hate, that one that's 18, always 18, the 18-pack one. It's always cheap.
The kiwi.
It's always cheap.
Yeah. That's $5. Is it called kiwi?
Yeah. Man, I hate that one, man. That one, it crumbles in your hand, man.
Oh yeah, I got you, man. That's that. If you got runnies, you got runnies, man. That's just my side straight through the gap, mate. Shucks, yeah.
Yeah, man. Because we used to get it all the time because it was cheap.
Yeah.
But now, man, I'm gonna spend a little bit more just to not avoid that one, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we always get the I think it's the 12-pack, or it might be even 8. But yeah, there's like, they reckon in that one roll there's probably like 3 or 4. It's quite thick. I think it's like 3. But then, knowing my youngest, man, it's like, man, how clean does your bum need to be, man? I was like, come in and shit. That didn't flash, eh? Blocking the toilet, man.
Yo, shout out to you. I want to shout out to everybody that's listening into the WesWes Network podcast and all its content. We appreciate you. Check out the Empty Out the Clip Facebook page. It's a group page on Facebook. It's private, so you gotta get in, answer the 3 questions, and the security will let you in. And right there, you can put your comments and your posts up, and we'll discuss it on the podcast. Sweet, brother. Got that out the way. How was your week been?
I had a bloody I don't know if I cursed myself, but man, I had swollen feet on Thursday. So I finished Wednesday morning, and shout out to my bro Rick, man, at work, one of the usos at work, let me use his 4-wheel drive. I went and picked up some timber, bro. Got my I built 3/4 on my fence on Saturday. I ended up staying home on Thursday, bro. My feet were swollen, I had gout in my big toe. Was on the meds for 3 days, but yeah, it's recommended not to go past 3 days. On the 4th day, my other foot compensating for trying to carry my weight. But I managed to get some work done around the house and build 3/4 of my fence. And I managed to get the car taken in, the Holden taken in, man. So fuck, it's driving nice, I got a massive ass nice list of shit that needs done to it as well. So I don't know how much they're gonna cost, probably another couple of grand, but I mean, I'm excited, man, because I drove it out on Saturday night. drove home Sunday morning with the wife and kids. But nah, yeah, man, love owning a day in my old man's car. So, yeah, man, the procrastinating has got to stop there. It's got to end somewhere, man. Just get it done, you know.
Speaking of cars, man, I've had car trouble this week, man.
Oh yeah,
both cars.
Damn.
So I've got a car. My partner's got a car. Both cars like Gaia, man. Like,
Oh man.
so see the one I take to work. I think it was overheating.
Oh,
But
no.
so I gotta take I actually gotta call a tow truck tomorrow to take it into the mechanics. So if you drive it if it's overheating, you don't want to wreck it even more.
Yeah.
So that's out the picture. And then my car, man, failed its WAF.
Yeah.
So it's gotta get all these repairs. There's heaps, man. There's a long list of it. So I gotta change all my tires too. 4 tires.
Oh shit!
It's the worst.
Market Page, man. Market Page is your best friend. Market Page is your best friend, man. I was be fortunate. I've had like with an older car, like Dad's car is a 2001. It's quite old. I'm fortunate that I got mates that work in the automotive industry, so they can get stuff new. But the selfie that looks wrong is like when he lift up the bonnet and he sees pala pala. Did he see something new? It's like, oh, that's new. Oh, that's new too. But like, and the car still doesn't have a warranty. And I was like, shit, doing all these motor repairs and still can't, actually legit drive it. Man, have you taken it into the mechanic? Or did you take it to just the testing station?
No, I gotta take it tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna call a tow truck.
Man,
to take it down, and then I'll get the bad news of how much money to spend.
Yeah. Well, you got to, man, because it's either that public transport, bro, and you don't want to be paying for the city's public transport, man, when you can just drive yourself around. You've really been on that road, bro. It didn't get official
public transport
as well.
Man, have you seen the petrol's over $3 now?
Yeah, bro. Man,
shit.
I think the best place to fill up at the moment is the Pack and Save Lincoln Road. They're actually cheaper. So if you go into Pack and Save, you spend more than like $5, I think you get a 10 cents off. And in comparison to Costco and Go, they're the cheapest at the moment. It's Pack and Save Lincoln Road.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So I've pulled up there twice, man. So yeah, I was getting used to driving with I tried one fill at Pack and Save because it was like, I think it was almost 20 cents cheaper than everywhere else. That's even on the Gatsby app, and it worked out. I think it cost me like $140 to fill up my truck, and then from when I had it full, I managed to get like 510 Ks. I told myself, don't let it get past 300 and just keep filling it up. And for the last 3 weeks, I've just been topping it up like $40, $50, just getting me back to full. So that's been good. But yeah, I just can't believe how much I've spent on the other car and it still doesn't have a warrant, man. I was like, shit. That's the one I'd rather drive.
Yeah, I had a pretty busy weekend, eh? Like I went to I told you I got tickets to DJ Fong's show. What's the difference than that Emmanuel Arts Center?
How was that, man? That looked epic. I had my cousin John went and saw that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw his. He went on the Wednesday. Yeah, pretty crack up because he had a couple of garments. I think he had like 3 or 4 garments featuring the New Zealand Fashion Week, and I think it was like 3 or 4 songs. Cracked me up because when I asked him, he was fully replying back to a different video.
Yeah.
So I was like, what's the difference? And he goes, oh no.
I wonder if John did some of the costumes, or maybe that's something he could do.
Oh,
like for the show, do the costumes.
Oh, true.
Although it wasn't that all flash. Yeah, it was cool because they did the scene in the factory when they had to wear their hivers. And they were packing. There was a scene when they were packing the boxes and stuff. Yeah, they had the big screen at the back where they had just a photo of a warehouse.
Mean. Oh, so
like
they change it for every scene. Almost.
Yeah, change it for every scene. Yeah.
Wow, that's wicked. Yeah, I saw the.
But man, it's cool because you know what the story's about. It's just a story that happens during the Tō Samoa campaign at the last year's Rugby World Cup, and with all the parades that were happening. So that's just the story was happening. The story was happening while that or the parades were going. So it's about identity, and it's about these two Samoan characters. One's born in Samoa, that he's sort of fresh. The other one is New Zealand born Samoa,
Yeah.
and they work at the same place at the factory, and they sort of become enemies
Oh yeah.
because of lack of communication, or one thinks he's getting smart, and the other one is like, he's the other one's getting offended. But they go to the
Yeah.
same church too, so they have
Oh,
confrontations at church as well,
yeah.
and their families are affected because their families. Oh no, the mum of the New Zealand born, she's friends with the sister of the Samoan born,
Yeah.
so there's like a conflict there. So in the end, it all comes right because of the parades and everyone's all in
Yeah.
one. So it's like so the title of the play, what's the difference is like, what's the difference between a New Zealand born Samoan and a Samoan born Samoan when they have a conflict.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that conflict comes to a head at the end of it when the parades happen and everyone's happy with each other. Like,
Yeah.
why do you have to fight when we're all one?
Mm. I
Yeah,
mean, how long was the show for?
I don't know. I think it was about an hour and a bit. But
Oh,
man, because you know how I had DJ Fong on the podcast talk about the play, and that, like, he said on the podcast that he wanted the audience to come to the play and be sort of relive the time of the parades and
yeah.
have that sort of like that pride. And you know what? I felt it, man. At the end
Yeah.
of the show, like, I felt that pride again
Man.
because they sort of like reenacted the whole parade thing. You had the flags and
Yeah.
just all that kind of stuff. And at the end of the play, I was like I was feeling emotional. Like I was back in
Yeah.
at that time.
How did they finish the screen? Like, was the last picture on the screen?
So the last picture on the screen, that was pretty cool because they showed footage of the celebrations on the street.
Yeah.
With everyone in their cars with their flags out the window, everyone on the street waving their flags, and it was like it was silent, but there was a beat in the background,
Yeah.
which was pretty cool, and the lights went dark. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a good show. It was the first play I've been to in a long time.
Yeah.
Probably the first play I've been to ever since high school. There's high school plays. But it's good to see how people doing this type of stuff, eh?
Yeah.
Doing this theater plays, theater productions, but not only that they're doing these plays, but they're making them too.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
It would have been something else, man. Like, just the thought of like trying to capture that moment, bottle it and just present it to people who just to relive it again. Now, like, man, that catches the whole essence of what it felt like, during that time period. Like,
So
man,
that's exactly what happened to me, man.
yeah,
That's exactly what happened. Like, it was cool. It was really cool.
it's mean. Shot DJ for. I wish I wasn't sleep deprived, man. Because, man, trying to watch all this football, even like, man, because there's a lot of sport on this weekend, I was like, shit, man. I slept through one game. I was like, and I was too late of arts. Like, it's like, it's Saturday. Okay, you need to get up early. I slept in on Saturday, first time in I don't know how many years, bro. But yeah, I made sure I had no appointments. But I ended up getting up at like maybe 10 to 8. I was like, fuck, that's late, eh? That's late for me. But then when I thought about, man, I didn't finish booting till like late afternoon. And then I was like, man, I wish I was going there. Like, I wish I had the energy. But, man, knowing like an hour and a bit, I was like, fuck, I could have just had a couple of V's, eh? I was only like Red Bulls. just been on that. Just go, man. But I got the better of me, man. I was just tired, eh?
Even though it was a packed weekend of sport, did you have in your head like particular games you wanted to watch?
Nah, man. I just Because my wife, she's a Warriors supporter, eh? And the two younger girls, they love the Warriors as well. But yeah, now me and Keita, bro, it's like, hey, who? Piss off. We carried on like building the fence still. It was like, they were trying to watch the game. I could hear them trying to turn the TV up and stuff. I was still banging away at the fence. But yeah, she ended up giving us a couple of share boxes. We ended up going to the mother-in-laws for some for me as well. But nah, I ended up watching the Roosters and the Sharks game. That was probably the best game of the round, I think. Yeah, but
that was Saturday night, eh?
even the rugby, bro, the women's rugby, bro. I was like, man. I was like too tired to watch it, eh? Like Sunday, man. Come Sunday, I was like dozing off during the day, man.
That's the Farah Palmer Cup, eh?
Yeah. Farah Palmer Cup. I think the Tanifas took it out, eh? Northland took it out.
Oh, true.
Yeah. But I was a bit confused because I knew that the Auckland Storm played their final as well, so wasn't too sure which one was the championship and which was the other one, premiership.
Yeah, my weekend started on Friday night with the Broncos Storm game.
Oh
so, man, that was a shocking game because I thought it would be real close, but it wasn't. Like the Broncos gave Storm a donut. Man,
I'm still confused. So from here, they go through. They rest. The Broncos rest. So they got they guaranteed a home. They guaranteed a semi-final.
Yeah, they go straight to the semi-final. Yep.
And what about the Storm? Are they out?
Nah, they have to play for a semi-final. So they play who are they playing? They play Roosters next week, and then the winner of that game will either play Broncos or Penrith. I think it's Broncos. Oh no, I think it's Penrith.
Yeah.
Because they have to zigzag. So
who do the Warriors play? Because they'll have to play. They have to back up.
The Warriors play Newcastle Knights.
Okay.
And then the winner of that game will play the Broncos the following week.
Yeah.
Because the following week is semi-finals.
Yeah.
I think that's how it goes.
I lost interest after Paris smashed Penrith and the way got a younger shoulder, and I was like, yeah. where was that form during the games we needed to win? You know.
I didn't watch the Warriors game, but because I was at the play, but I heard the stuff on social media with Jerome Loy, because Jerome Loy, he didn't play. He was on the sideline. He posted that social media. What did he say? He said,
"Up the pass."
Up the pass. He got in trouble for it.
Oh, real?
Yeah.
From his own club?
I think so, or the NRL, but it was big news in Australia. They were saying how it wasn't a good thing to do, and he had to take it down. So he took it down. Up the pass.
Yeah, oh, no way. I wonder what part of their and like the integrity or like the code, it would have been their club's code of conduct. Like what part of that? Like I wish someone brings it up here, like can explain what he done and like how like not part of the Penrith club sort of culture that is, eh?
But you know what? If it was a Balingi guy doing that, do you think they would get in trouble?
Hold on, not you, eh?
That's the question, eh?
Hold on. But because it's him, that's the thing, eh? Because he's grub 101, like he's the number one, bro. Like, fuck. You know what? I'd rather him than Spencer Leniu. That's all I say.
Yeah. But you know, they won really well.
Yeah,
I think without Sean Johnson, the Warriors ain't gonna make it. So he's got the calf injury, and hoping he'll be all right for next week.
I thought they were just resting him, to be honest. I thought they were like, nah, win or lose, fuck it. We'll just leave him for next week. We'll take the hard road. Because I don't think they want to play, they don't want to play the same team twice, eh?
Yeah. Well, they got the Knights, and the Knights were hot coming into the finals. They won 9 in a row. But they sort of weren't really hot against Canberra, I heard. I didn't watch the game, but I heard from a mate at work. He watched the Knights Canberra game.
Yeah.
And the Knights struggled to win that game. So it might be a chink in the armor or chink in their hot streak. So
Yeah,
the Warriors might be lucky to face them. Otherwise, it's gonna be up the waz again,
yeah.
or
I wonder if they. I
Walai.
wonder if they. I wonder if there was, and there probably was. I wonder if there was someone who did a calculation. They like, if we lose, and then that we'll go for that game because they don't want to play another like top 5 team.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
is.
That But man, the biggest thing that came out of the Storm Broncos game was not only the Storm didn't even score any points, but Ryan Pippenhausen, man, got injured.
Oh, yo. Oh, did you see it all?
And he just came back from there 1 year.
Yeah.
Hey, feel sorry for him, man.
Oh man, this
Because as a player, you if you're injured and you had 1 year to get over the injury, because he smashed his knee.
yeah,
He smashed his knee and he came back and he had like two free games in the top side because I think he played New South Wales Cup a couple of games. Then he came in the NRL, played 2 or 3. To have that injury and back in the hospital, fuck, that's got a mess of your hair there.
yeah. But it reminds me of what's his face, Brenton Tate. He did the same thing, man, and I think it was like round 9 or something. He was playing finals footy, bro. Like, when you're but for him, fuck, that's the end of his season, you know? That's the sad part about it. I mean, just as well, it's not like a rugby league World Cup sort of year. But if I was his support team, they'll be going, "Oh, but don't worry, bro. We'll be looking at Origin 2 at best." You got to stay positive, because you can't be going, "Oh, fuck this, like I'm done." It's like, because he's still getting paid. He's still getting paid to train and rehab and all that. He's just not playing. But yeah, he'd be one of those guys who bounces back, bro. It's like,
Yeah, because apparently he'll be ready for next season, the first game next season.
Yeah.
Even though it was a break in his ankle, a bone break, it could heal in time for next season.
Yeah. Well, look at that Naholo. Remember that Naholo in the World Cup? He was out and then he was playing. He went to one of those Fijian voodoo places in the bush, eh? And they go, "Hey, oh yeah, that's a season-ending injury right there." And then 3 weeks later, he's playing. There you go. So maybe one of the Fijian boys will tell him, "Don't worry, brother. We'll get you ready. Get you ready, bro. It's all good."
But man, after this first week of finals footy in NRL, I really think, man, the two teams that just outshone everybody is Broncos and the Panthers. I reckon that's gonna be the final, man. That looks like it's gonna be the final.
Yeah. Man, I'll be honest, man. I couldn't give two shits, man, because the Rugby World Cup finals and Fiji right now, man. The Manu, oh shit! I gotta go buy a new flaggles. I actually gotta go stand. So I want to finish my fence. I want to finish that car, and then, man, I'm gonna reverse it on, man. Stand my flag up and turn on the spotlight so it reflects on the flag at night. So now, yeah.
So did you watch any World Cup games?
Like I said, I slept in on Saturday. I wasn't getting up, man. I'm not willing to watch the ABs get smashed. No, I haven't watched any, bro. I was more wanting to watch the roundup of the women's NPC and that, but I freaking missed it, man. I was too tired. Nah, haven't been watching any of the Rugby World Cup. Just one of the guys at work, he's been my commentator and filling me in. Because we don't have phones, but he's always on breaks, so he's like telling me about the Fiji game and the bias refereeing and stuff like that. So yeah, they played Wales today,
Yeah, this morning I watched the highlights because I missed the game. But man, that was a heartbreaking for Fiji, man. That last because that they want to score the try if Roger caught the ball, he dropped it. He would have easily scored that try. Yeah. But then they would have to kick from that far side.
Yeah.
To win the game. So even if they make the try, they still have to make that kick. So it would be even worse if they missed the kick,
Yeah. But it
But
seems like the riffing, it seems like the riffing, like I think I said it as well on the pod. If we go into World Cup, the refs, how they riff Super Rugby and how they riff in the Northern Hemisphere is going to play a crucial part in these early rounds, the first few games.
Oh, it's different. It's different.
Yeah,
I was impressed in the All Blacks game. The first half there was no cards.
yeah.
And then the yellow card came out in the second half. But this Fiji game, I think 2 yellow cards.
But no warnings, like no talking to the captain about telling the players. Usually that's a thing, though. One of the guys at Wick said that. Was it for Wales? They got a few warnings before anything happened, and they got penalised. But he said that the Fijian card was just straight out of the pocket.
You know, one of these things about these red cards going out is the head clash thing. Now, for any kind of head clash, it can be an accident.
Yeah,
you're still gonna get a red card, man. You know, and that's the hard thing about it, I think.
Yeah,
and plus they don't have the rule where you replace the red card guy in 20 minutes.
Oh, that's the Super Rugby.
The Super Rugby, yeah, they don't have that rule. So that was funny because that game against England and Argentina, that happened. Like England got a red card real early.
Oh shit!
And all they did was kick goals to win the game. They never went for any tries. Argentina was the only team to score a try at the end, but all the points came. I think what was the score? The score was 27-10. So England scored 27 points all on penalties and drop goals.
It goes to show, man, there are other ways of winning the game, huh? I mean, do you remember the Rugby World Cup where is it Pollard, the South African guy, was just kicking them freaking from everywhere, man.
Yeah.
It's like running, like 7 guys outside him, then he just drop kicked it just for the sake of punishing the team. Like even the Johnny Wilkinson era, he was doing it too, man. Not even deep in the pocket, he was actually just running the ball, running and kicking it. It was like, 3 of those can punish a team, bro. Even 5 of those, you know. Why bust your forward pack up and trying to play it hard and pick and goes and all that stuff when you can just give it to one of those guys just to kick.
And that's one thing these tier 1 nations up north can do: kick the ball and kick those goals from anywhere, man. And they use it as a proper weapon. Yeah, you know. And it's like when you play rugby down here and you watch Super Rugby, the drop goal is just like a thing to do when it's a draw at the end of the game. Hey,
yeah,
the 79th minute, then you go for the drop goal. When these guys, they just do it even time.
When you're on the fence and you're watching that shit, you go, "Run it, you pussy! Run it, Pufta! Run it!" Yeah, see, scared. But at the end of the day, they're still ahead, you know. That's the thing, man.
But that's the thing with I noticed with the England Argentina game, because England had that red card early. They're just doing drop goals. They had the 3 drop goals in a row.
Yeah.
To get 9 points, just like that. And what that did, I saw, was apply that pressure to Argentina because they made heaps of mistakes, man.
Yeah,
they dropped the ball. They couldn't hold the ball, and I think they were just under pressure, from the scoreboard. And I think you saw that with the France New Zealand game too. Because even though New Zealand were fresh, doing all these nice moves, getting the first try, France, they were just grinding, hanging around, you know. And I think France just goal kick their way to win that game as well. You know, they scored those 2 last tries at the end.
Yeah,
but man, it was like they had the secret formula of how to beat the All Blacks. You know, that's the way I saw it.
They've given us that. Yeah, it's time to go, guys. Hey, they're the only ones who's made a whole team like of superstars. Hey, like remember was it the Byron Callagher and Dan Carter? They're all sitting in the stands, hey, and you're wondering why are they sitting on the stands? They'll be ready for the next game. Lucky boys, these are going home now. Damn.
Well, have you heard of the bomb squad?
No.
The bomb squad. That's what they call in South Africa's the guys on the bench.
Yeah.
the bomb squad because they use all they've got their best players on the bench.
Yeah,
coming on for impact.
fuck, that's just. Bro. Do you reckon they're gonna be the team that's gonna send the ABs home? Possibly, eh?
Man,
because it's that side of the draw, eh?
You know what? If there was gonna be any upset, I'll pick Italy to beat All Blacks.
Oh shit!
All Blacks not making the quarters.
Because in that draw, because in that equation, eh? If it's either Ireland or South Africa will play the ABs if the ABs finish second in their pool play.
Yeah, if
one
South
of those
Africa beats Ireland,
if
South Africa beats Ireland, Ireland's playing New Zealand. That's if France don't lose again. If France wins all their games.
Highly unlikely, though.
Yeah. But, this gives Italy, that's what I'm saying about Italy. It gives them confidence. If Italy studies hard out and trains hard out when they watch the France-New Zealand game, they can have a chance. Because I think they just know how to beat New Zealand now.
Yeah.
But
do you reckon the team that they started with, that's the AB's best team on paper?
I think it is, except, because they couldn't do much with the injuries to Frizzell.
Oh, yeah?
Shannon Frizzell, he was missed. And Jody Barrett, he was missed too, I think. Those two weren't playing. I think they need those guys now.
And they had that as well, eh?
Yeah. They had the Blues halfback Christie off the bench, but I know it's in hindsight, but I think they should have had Roygard in there.
Yeah.
To come off the bench. Because he's a bit of an X factor.
Yeah.
But then again, they lost with X factor guys. They lost with Jordan. With all Jordan there.
Yeah.
Mark Talia was there too.
How did our Gamma Mark do? Did you see?
Yeah, he was good. He's always beating his first man.
Yeah.
Always finding that hole. Finding that gap. Even Rico had a good game too.
Oh, that's good. I was surprised that they started on Leonard Brown. But then even having Havili on the bench, it's like, hey, these guys.
Oh, Leonard Brown, he was invisible. You never even heard his name the whole game. I didn't even know he was playing.
I mean, that's the difference between.
I remember seeing him, I remember the camera went on his face and I said, "Oh shit, is he playing?"
Oh, that's right, man. I love fire.
Yeah, man. I think it's a big. But you know what? Well, you know what I'm laughing at? The breakdown. If you watch the breakdown, like they did their predictions in that with I posted up on my Facebook page a little video of what the breakdown did with they predicted each of the the bracket. Each of them put the teams on the bracket.
Yeah.
And they all picked New Zealand to win. All Blacks to win. So after the warm up game they lost to, who did they lose to?
South
Africa.
Oh yeah.
The warm up game they lost to France now. So I don't think so, man. I don't think All Blacks are gonna make anything. But but in saying that, South Africa, they did lose in 2019 to the All Blacks during pool play, and they end up winning the whole thing. So they probably learned from that mistake. So haven't. So that might happen too. So we'll see. But man, having those two losses to the All Blacks, the warm up game against South Africa, and this game, first game of the World Cup, it's got to say something, man. Something's wrong, eh? Something's not right. Something's not right.
Well, at least Fozzie can look forward to going whangoko with his uncles and his brothers. Or you could go and deer hunting or something like that.
Yeah. Because even say if the World Cup's over, All Blacks don't make it, Fozzie's gone, they bring in Razor, he starts his time with the All Blacks. I think it's going to still be the same result, man. These Northern Hemisphere Tier 1 nations, they're different, man. They're
different class.
They're different. And I think you need someone to come to have experience going to coach over there and coming back, and coach the All
Yeah.
Blacks.
Well, that's why it makes me excited to watch Samoa play against another team, because a lot of those guys play in the Northern Hemisphere, and maybe a handful of them from down here, right? Apart from the guys from Wana and in Australia. So there will be some X Factor guys. So, yeah. I just hope they don't get like a landslide hiding, or at least if they do lose, But I reckon you can see confidence in them after their last hit out day, which is
Well,
it's
it's Saturday night. It's this Saturday night, Sunday morning, 1 a.m. It's Samoa and Chile.
Yeah.
So they'll be their first game. Now, Chile has already lost to Japan, 42-12.
Yeah.
So I find that cool. It's good that Samoa gets to play a team like Chile first off.
It's another practice game.
Just a practice game,
Yeah.
I know Samoa's gonna win this game, but it'll be good that they had this game first, because after that they're gonna play Japan.
Yeah.
After that game, oh no, sorry, they play Argentina the following week. So warm up for Argentina. Hopefully England has softened them up for Samoa.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Argentina will learn from that mistake, or maybe Samoa can learn from that game too. Put Argentina under points pressure. We got a solid number 10, and
yeah, man,
it's Obwanga. They can get those goal kicks. Try build some point pressure.
Yeah,
because we know Argentina, they'll probably not have that sort of mental to stay with it.
Yeah. Someone just need to stand their ground and be aggressive, eh? Hold the aggression, man. Especially to the foreigners, man.
Yeah. Sad for PGA. Almost.
I think that's
because who's in their pool? Because they've got who's in their pool? Pool C. Oh, so they got Australia. See, they might be Australia.
Possibly big upset.
Because they'll probably learn from that Wales game, eh?
Yeah.
Because they got Georgia, Portugal, Australia next. So they have to target Australia.
Yeah.
And they might do that.
But if Dubois ready by that game, man, shucks, it's gonna be a tough one for them, eh? you're gonna want your whole
the team I feel sorry for is Tonga, because they got a hard pool, man. They got South Africa and Ireland and Scotland. So that's the pool of death, in my opinion. How about the news in the NRL with Raymond Faitala Mariner? I saw Lorenzo. I don't know, it was Lorenzo's brother-in-law.
Yeah. It was interesting, man, because I think he more said it was related like racism. I think he was reading it from that point of view. I mean, we don't know, like we're not in the club, and I heard the boys on the footy show touch on it as well. But I think, like when I think about it from how I read Lorenzo's posts about it, and when I read the article, I almost felt like, because if you're not gonna name the guys, then whatever. But if you feel like you got a younger group of guys who might say, "Man, why is that guy talking like that for?" You obviously, if you own the title of like club captain, and you want to, pass a message through, passing the message through is all good, right? But how does that then how does it project in the media the way it's come out with all the little stuff, like this guy's being the voice for a certain group of boys and all the rest of it, and how does it unfold that he's now not wanted? And then even like because the article that I read was like it just reminded me of being at a workplace that you don't want to work at. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. like, you're always gonna have like managers or a few individuals that might be, say stuff that is culturally inappropriate or like it's foreign to your ears of your Pacifica. But I think that's that thing, like, if someone you feel like is being a bit racist or being a bit okay, bro, call it out. You don't need to build it up and, go and get someone else to go speak on your behalf about something like that. If that group of guys sort of like, oh, we'll just ask the Us because he is club captain, it should be part of his role. I mean, if he said that he was training at a point where, he wasn't going to just back down and he didn't feel right, he must have felt a certain way. Like, he must have felt like, oh, if I don't train, he's going to hear about it, especially if those guys who come late and then they get tortured like that. He obviously felt like he couldn't just say, look, I'm not fit to train. So, I don't know. That does sound like there's a off culture thing there, I felt. Because I've been in environments like that, and I felt like, you don't need to name and shame the boys. It's like, if you're an organization or if you're like a staff who will take, like, hey man, we'll just, this is not right. It shouldn't blow up any bigger than what it is in the media, Like, take it as like feedback. Take it as feedback, like, oh, hey, so a few people are unhappy about the way you're talking culture-wise. These boys aren't used to it, and if you want, the morale in the changing room to be good and project that on the field, maybe pull them aside and have a word to them, or try and stomp that out of your vocab, because not all guys are motivated the same. I thought, that's how I sort of felt reading all that stuff.
Yeah, I've got one take that I never heard from the guys on the 155 Footy show. My take was that lack of communication from the part of the organization, part of the Bulldogs. Because I read that he was sick. He was sick and he fell with pneumonia. Oh,
yeah.
And then he just overcame that and then came straight into training, right? And then all the shit happened with the training thing. He came late to training and he got punished for it. Had to wrestle the whole team and got humiliated, kind of styles and that. But see, if anything, I blame the organization for the communication on, is this guy fit or not? Because it's not I don't think it's the coach's responsibility to see the guys in front of him and go, oh, you guys are there fit to training. I don't know what your medical situation is. It's not my responsibility. It's the responsibility of the medical trainers and the physios and all that kind of stuff, or the team doctor, to say, oh yeah, you're fit enough to go to training. And then you go to training. If the coach is there, he expects everyone in their training to be 100%.
Yeah.
And if you're coming to training late, well, it makes sense that you get punishment. You get punished for coming to training late, because why would you come to training anyway if the doctor told you you're right to go to training? Now, if he came out of the hospital, finished pneumonia, and the doctor gave him the okay to go to training, then the coach should expect you to be 100% to training.
Yeah, because
if the doctor said, okay, you just came out of hospital, you just had pneumonia, I'll give you a week, maybe a couple of days to recover from that, and then come back, we'll see if you're right 100%, then you can go back to training.
Yeah,
I think that should have happened, or it didn't happen. Well, I don't know, but to me that makes sense. For him to come back to training not 100%, I don't think that's the fault of anyone else but the person that told him to come back to training. Whatever protocols they have in the background, I think that failed, and then it just blew out of proportion with all the stories of the humiliation thing. And the media coming in to talk about it, because after all, they want a story.
Yeah, bro.
They want a story to get some social media stuff and get a story out there. And it makes sense in a way where everybody's looking at the Bulldogs, because they've been horrible this season. They're at the bottom of the bottom of the table. Of course, they're gonna get asked some questions on why they haven't been performing. So they're gonna be a bit of a spotlight on them too.
They needed someone to pin the donkey off.
Yeah.
So they were looking for someone to blame almost.
Yeah, yeah, it seems like it. Yeah, then, but I think because of that, because of the lack of communication from the part of the team doctor or whoever, now all this is a domino effect
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
it just blew up into this kind of proportion. We're talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
racism
yeah.
now. We're talking about um a bad um a bad culture. We're talking about a
Mm,
bad coach. We're talking about players who are disrespected. You know, it should have never gone that far if it stopped in the big in the right at the start.
yeah, I
But
know.
uh, and you're right. Like we don't know what went on. We
Mm,
can only see what we can see from the media,
yeah,
what's shown on social media, and all we can do is put two and two, piece it together ourselves. But
yeah.
yeah, but that's just my take on it.
No, we thinking, bro. Yeah, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Just a miscommunication, misunderstanding, or maybe
Mm,
just poor comms within the whole organization about him not being fit. That was it, you know?
mm. Because
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense when you read the reports that he got named captain just a couple of months ago, or a month ago or something,
From the start of the year, so they had their big ceremony for him.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then
and
he was,
and now he's on his way out. It's like how do you get from 100 to 0 in the
yeah.
span of
Mm.
yeah. So
But yeah, it's almost like, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, to be honest, it's not Parramatta, so I couldn't give a rat's ass for the doggies, man. But it's just like, man, Parramatta would have been doing any of those freaking Island boys like that, man. Shit. If Manuma was, or Fui Mume was the club captain, fuck, whatever Fui Manu say, yeah, that's it. Fucking change the way he talk around the Island boys. Umalagais.
exactly. Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
I hope
sad news, dude. Like, it was a big feat for him to get
mm,
something like that. You know, that's pretty big news. But it's just sad that towards the back end of their season, like, they had some good potential buys during the season, and then for it to sort of end like that, and then that article come out, I was like, fuck, could have
yeah,
waited till after finals or something, you know?
yeah. Well, they got hopefully they'll do well next season. They got Stephen Crichton. He's coming over.
Mm.
It depends how it goes with Jerome Luai's contract. He might go over too if if he feels
Fuck,
like
I wouldn't be
he wants more
surprised,
money.
man. I wouldn't
Because
be
that was the other
surprised.
story, that he the Penrith Panthers, because of the salary cap, can't offer
Yeah,
Luai more than 750, more than
yeah,
800. But then he'll be sort of like thinking, so, but you gave a million to a fullback,
yeah,
to Edwards. But nah, I think with the amount of talent that's coming out of that Penrith area, that they're okay. I think one guy goes, another guy comes up from the
Wolf, just look at the pars in the Wars game, mate. Fucking good. He was too busy having a good time in the fucking stands, and they still fucked him, man. It's like, fuck. Even, and I think someone captioned it, eh? Sean wasn't even on. He's done nothing without Sean, eh? And it's like, haha. It's like up the pars. It's like, fuck. Oh, man. Yeah.
yeah.
Gary's just done a good job with his backburner boys, eh? Like the guys who can step up when they need to. I mean, against us, they were fucking diabolical, bro. Like, once they had one guy go, I think once it was off, and then I was gone, it's like, bro, once Pereira gets two on you, bro, there's no way he's going to catch up, you know? I think Michael had the best game of the season, eh? So, yeah.
You posted up a thing on the Inside the Clip podcast Facebook page about a speech given by Deion Sanders from
Oh, yeah.
from Colorado University. Man, he's been on the ESPN a few times. Last week he was big on ESPN because of the way he talks,
Yeah.
and they were saying, man, he doesn't talk like a professional. Like he's got a slang. He's hip hop, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But that was the big story in the States, the way he was talking in his press conference. But
Yeah,
then
man.
when I think I was watching Undisputed, and they were saying how it's good. You need someone that's different. But his son is his quarterback for that team, and they got famous because they were a team that comes nowhere every year, but they beat one of the top teams.
Yeah.
Last week, so that's why they got all this publicity now.
Yeah.
But you posted his speech in the dressing room.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that?
To me, when I saw that, if I walked into an organization every morning, or if I was part of your business, and you spoke to me like that, saying, "We're not waiting for next week or tomorrow. We got next. We're talking about now. Don't fucking tell me about it. Show me. Let's do this shit. Who's in?" I would be like, hell yeah. I got first round on Friday, man. Let's get this shit done. Any organization would feed freaking fuel from this, you know? To me, if I heard that every morning, I wake up in the morning, like, you know, before my feet hit the ground, bro, I'll be smashing it, bro. I'll be like, I cannot wait to go smash whatever's standing in front of me, man. Like, you know, like he said, like the believers, these are people that doubt your ability and what you will gain from taking the first step. Endless rules. But that's the sort of shit, like, I felt like, man, you know, if anyone's having a bad week this week, share that, you know, and watch it. Maybe that'll rub off on you, man. And I think that was me sharing that was me procrastinating about having to go get stuff to build, worrying about getting my car done, you know, worrying about not having a laptop to record on, like, you know. It's just like, when I heard that, I was like, man, I'm gonna share this because it needs to be heard, man, you know. And obviously
I'm gonna play it. So
this is my uncle, by the way, these guys.
Because there's
that was me, eh?
Yeah, bro. I just thought I'd share that because it was like, man, if you're feeling a certain way today and you feel you're not gonna get it done, have a listen to that, Yeah. Well, to me, that's empty out the clip, bro. That's like, you know, don't hold on to it, man. You let it go, man. You gotta do it, you know.
I want to bring up something I watched during the week. Now, Sky TV's got a new show on called RWC On Island. Have you seen it?
No.
It's a show. It's a sports talk show, and it's filmed on location in Samoa, and it's hosted by Oscar Kitely.
Yeah.
And it's just a show covering the Rugby World Cup, and they're just going to focus on the Pacific Island teams, Fiji, Tonga, and Samoa.
Okay.
And do you remember that show, The Brothers, the sports show? What's it called?
Was it his one?
It's that same show.
Okay, they're brothers and sisters, and you sort of did it like how Monty Beefin does his Once a Warrior.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So I think it's the same people that does that, because they got Oscar, but they're on Island. So yeah, so that show, I think it's every week now during the World Cup. So they're gonna break down the games. But this particular episode 1, they break down each of the pools.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I gotta say, man, it's a hard watch, eh? It's a hard watch, man.
At who though? At who?
It's just the whole show, man. I mean, okay. They've got Oscar Kitely on there, right?
Yeah.
And he's the man when it comes to the theater, what he's done for our people in the arts department. When it comes to, you know, performing arts, you know, he's a successful with the Sion he's winning. He's the man.
Yeah.
You know, so I give him that. You know, but I don't know. This show is a hard watch because you don't get any sort of insight information on anything. I mean, this first episode they go through each of the pools, right?
Yeah.
And they're supposed to go through. They go through pool B because it has Tonga in there, right? And I don't know, in any sports show you're supposed to talk about, if it's a Pacific Island show and you're going to talk about each of the pools that the Pacific Island teams are in, The first pool B is they have is the pool of death because they got South Africa, Scotland, Ireland, and Tonga, right?
Yeah.
You would want to know what's Tonga's chances of getting out of that pool.
Yeah.
You know it's going to be really hard because you got 3 top tier nations in there, 2 of which are favorites to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
But they only spent 2 minutes on giving me it's going to be a hard road ahead, and that was
Why?
it.
Were they too busy talking about stories about themselves?
Well, I didn't get anything from how Tonga's going to make it out. Yeah, it's it's a hard watch. I don't know if it's that show's there just to tick the diversity box.
It sounds like
because
it sounds
because
like
content wise, I don't get anything out of it.
Yeah.
I rather listen to the boys on the counter rock to get information. To get some content out of insights in there. But I think you just need. I think it's a TV show, right? You need TV personalities on there.
Yeah. But so who do they have on the panel? Are they just former international players?
Yeah, they got Sireli Bobo from Fiji and Tuolangi and Isanya.
Yeah. Man.
But even when they talk, you can't even hear them. They're mumbling, and and I can see that Oscar's like struggling. It looks like he's struggling to get anything out of
He's
his
like,
panel.
It's already on now.
But that's what it feels like, and it's like it's cringe. It's cringe. It's a cringe. It's a hard watch, man. Because I want him to be like more. I want to get it just feels like a diversity thing, man. They're just ticking a box just because they've got the Pacific Island show on there, and even though the content is, I don't know, it's not good, eh? Hope it gets better.
I'll tell you what I watched, and it was only on the back of a review from Brian Williams. I watched that 40 Faith in Football. Have you seen that? Did you watch that?
No.
Oh, it's a good watch, man. It's a good bloody watch.
Is that on Sky?
It was on demand. Free on demand, I think. Or free now.
Oh, yeah.
No, it was on TV on demand. It was on TV on demand. But bro, brilliant capturing the stories, eh? So they obviously talked. The show was just pretty much summed up about the choices that Pacifica athletes in New Zealand have, and they sort of just honed in on Malakai Fikatoa and Charles Piutau, Stephen Lutua, and then some of the other guys who have gone up, and then they interviewed guys from like Australia, Alatoa, and the Samoa captain Alatoa, and then a couple of other dudes. But they started on Brian Williams. Bro, it's captured good, eh? And what I love about it is that it goes back to like when Brian played, like because he's famous for that run that he does when he goes around the post, and then he brings it back and he's running backwards. You know what I mean? Like he's facing the All Blacks. Like he's renowned for that run, eh? Because everyone was like, "Put it down," and then he steps like 2 guys in the end goal, and then he scores it on the try line, but he's going the other way. Like that clip was iconic because they even asked Michael Jones, like, as a young kid, like when you saw Brian Williams, like what do you think about when you saw that image? And then Michael Jones just says, "Oh man, when I saw one of our own faces, I just thought to myself, if Brian can do it, what's gonna stop me from being able to do it?" And then they just followed a journey of like Malakai Fikatoa and then Charles Piutau. I tell you, bro, the one part of the review that got me like, and it sort of hit home, was because Brian Williams says that these guys are vulnerable, and he goes, "This is the first time you ever see guys speak up about what they were feeling, like especially Charles Piutau, like he became an All Black, and then he got the cut because he took that contract to go play overseas, and then he didn't make the World Cup squad. And it just shows that transition of what he was going through and how he felt in the public eye. But then the bigger picture was like, well, I'm gonna support my parents. It's got nothing to do with anyone else. Their calls on me. But then he sort of just, explained like how he felt. He felt that maybe he was being judged by his own peers, and then the public persona on it all as well. But man, it's pretty heart wrenching, eh? Like it's pretty devastating, like especially because he's open about it. Like he talks about it, eh? And then he even cries on it as well. It shows the game that they play in Tonga, I think against the Australia, eh? And on that particular game, they're just interviewing Malachi Fikotoa, so the camera's more or less just on him. And bro, even that story, bro, and I got, I'm gonna say, man, I got mad respect for the Wesleyans, man, especially those two, eh? Even not so much Nipolalala, but Malachi Fikotoa and Charles Peter, eh? Because that was the core group that came through secondary schools, Wesley, and they came through the AB system. So yeah, it's pretty, man. It got me like thinking to myself, because Malachi came over here as a 14-year-old, eh? And like, there's another, I'm just a 14-year-old, I'm playing under 18. I'm a 15 playing under 19. Now I'm 16 and I'm playing rep rugby, like with men. But he couldn't speak English, man. And he got seen at a sevens tournament where he gets picked up from a guy who supposedly feeds like talent back to the secondary schools. And he sees him and goes, "Oh, how about you want to come school here?" And man, just hearing him open up about, I was just, because he's got an English accent, hey, and it's like just hearing him, his broken English accent, just open up about when all the boys got visits from their parents, they brought them food, and I would just sit there because no one was coming from Tonga to come see him, and then I'll just maybe work the courage to go and ask if I can have some of their food, because it was just food for the parents that they bought their own kids. He talks about all of that stuff, and then he talks about when he got the call, like, "Hey man, we want you done at the Highlanders," and stuff like that. And just what unfolds after that, Like, cause I remember when he debuted and he came on, I think it was against South Africa, maybe. But he played some solid minutes, and it showed like, bro, he belongs there. Like he earned his spot in the team. But then it was winning like his fall from grace, but it wasn't really a fall from grace. It was just like when he didn't get picked up in the next round. And just how he felt, So it's cool, like they opened up about all of that stuff. They are human, those boys. But it's just nice to get a take on, like, man, there's nothing that these guys can't do now, and they're trying to open the conversations about, like, you can make good money, and like there'll be enough of it. It's still gonna be there, but the opportunity to play for your homeland, it doesn't come around every week or every year because it's every 4 years. So they put their production together on the back of like them going to go play for Tonga, because they played for All Blacks as well. But man, it's a good watch, man. If you got an hour 20 minutes to watch,
Is it just one show or is it a series?
It might be a series. But yeah, the one I watched because I couldn't find the TV remote, I had to watch it off the laptop plugged into the TV. But nah, it was pretty moving, like just hearing both those guys talk about like how it felt at a time, and what I loved that it started off with like with Brian Williams, because he spoke about like, I came off a plane in the 60s. I knew I was the darkest one in my class, I knew my family didn't look like everyone else here in Ponsonby, and the fact that he's still in his family home and all that, and like in what he is to Ponsonby rugby, but it even showed like, it'll lead into our next how far we come is like, because he came in an era where there was only Balangis in the hood, like his area was all Balangis. When he eventually donned the Auckland jersey, it was like there weren't many that looked like him. Then when he became an All Black, he was probably the only guy of that color, And he was like saying, like, man, as a 19-year-old, I looked at the guys like Colin Mead and all those dudes, they were Hercules, But to play alongside them and just be able to run the way I did was like a dream. But then it did show, like, him being asked about coaching the first Manu Samoa team. They went to the to the World Cup. So it's a good watch, man. Like, man, I think they need to make more film like that, man. Because like that to me, it's like, bro, that's historical. Like everything that those guys did at that time.
What's the name of it?
Family, Faith, and Footy.
Oh yeah. Oh, check it out. Oh, I think I need to check it out because I need to erase the memory of, I need to erase the experience of watching the RWC On Island show.
Yeah, man.
Since you mentioned those players like Brandon Williams and Fekitoa, like that's one thing they didn't say at all on that show. That they didn't say anyone's names. They did not talk about any player.
Yeah.
Like they could have talked about the Tongan team, the players in that team, like Charles Pietau.
They've got some good players, eh?
Yeah.
They picked. I think I watched on this Family, Faith, and Footy. They showed the Tongan Ikaletahi team getting presented their jerseys. And so they had every guy coming up here, and then the narrator over the top of them getting their jerseys are saying, for the first time in however many years, Tonga have finally been able to pick a team suitable, and like the guys have answered the call to come and play. Whereas before it was sort of like, would you be keen? Okay, then we'll go to the next person. This is the first time they've actually gone out and said, look, can you come and play for us? And they were like, yeah, man. So it was like guys like chasing like Israel Folau and that, Charles Piotau, Stephen Luatua, guys like that from different like backgrounds, but all going to go chase the heritage jersey sort of thing, which is cool, man. But yeah. It's a good watch, bro.
Yeah, I think what Oscar needs to do is try keeping those Fijians off their show and get a journalist. Go get a journalist from Samoan Observer, sports journalist. See what I'd love to say.
Straight up.
Speaking of famous athletes, you got how far we've come.
Very hard up, man. So on the back of that Family, Faith, and Footy, man, I want to pay massive as homage to the man himself, man, BGW Williams, man. So Brian Williams, man, first of his kind, Mount Albert Grammar legend, man. They've actually named their number one field, the Brian Williams rugby field. But yeah, he was like, people don't know, he was probably the most iconic All Black before the Lauli Michael Jones and Jonah Lomu era. There wasn't nothing this guy could do. I think as an Auckland boy, played a lot of rep footy and cracked the ABs probably at the age of 19. Probably the oldest of the 19 guys, the 19-year-old boys that got picked as an AB. But he coached the first Manu team to go to the World Cup, and he shares on that show that I watched, that how uncomfortable it was being Rarotongan and Samoan and not being able to speak his native tongue. And he explained that, he knew that he was the same color as everyone else around him, but it didn't stop him from trying to do things. And so he was real grateful that the rugby union reached out to him. He obviously prayed about it, and then he answered the call. And he was just lucky that he had a young group of enthusiast boys who were willing to just put the jersey on and play. And when I watched some of their footage of the 91 World Cup, guys like Stephen Bishop, Pat Lam, Peter Fatialofa, To'o Vaenga, all these guys, they were household names, eh? Like when you turned on the TV and you watched Canterbury play Auckland or Otago counties, they were the staple names. And the fact that these guys got bulleted to go across to a World Cup and sort of like just play it by ear sort of thing is pretty moving, eh? Like knowing that they've still got footage of it. And like I think about it being the Rugby World Cup year, and like seeing when Brian was the first guy to take a team, like, he never got to play for the Manu himself. But his boys ended up donning the Manu Samoa jerseys before they even got offered All Blacks jerseys, But I know his son Paul, he would have been a front runner in his time in Super Rugby, but he chose to put a Samoa jersey on just to pay homage to his dad's heritage. When I think about the superstars of late, and especially the talent that there is now, even with the Tongan guys going to play for Ikaletahi, and then seeing the talent that Samoa has in the stables, like we acknowledged that we had two Samoan captains play. One played for Australia, the other one played for New Zealand. I look at how far we've come as a people, man. It's like, man, they want us to play everywhere in the world, man. You know, we got Samoans playing for Australia. We got Samoans playing maybe in Japan. You know, they're everywhere. I mean, look at Bandiaki, man. He's playing for Ireland, man. Like that in itself should let any Samoan kid or any kid with a dot of Samoan blood in him, whatever country you're in, that jersey is not out of your reach, man. Take Jimmy Tuivaiti, for example, playing for Italy. That says a lot. You know, it's like I look at guys homegrown, you know, and then go chase the dream just to provide. And then the pinnacle of that would be to play, you know, your place of residence or even your place of heritage, like your homeland. But I just feel so proud to have watched that and to know that we're at the Rugby World Cup again. And this time we've got a better chance because our pool might actually pull a few strings for us and we might go past the quarters, you know? So it would be nice and hope that they could pull something out of the bag and we go crazy again and relive what's the difference that you experienced on Saturday night. But yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge the late Peter Fatialofa and those are the 91 World Cup team, especially to Apollo Perelini, who's a KUB, and I've had the pleasure to play alongside him and met him a handful of times. But yeah, those guys are iconic, eh? Like, I don't think anyone realizes the feat they did when they beat Wales at their World Cup. Because, yeah, man, for a bunch of guys who just got picked literally weeks out before the World Cup and then jumped on a plane, went to the other side of the world, and then recorded some pretty good games, eh? Especially the tackling, eh? Like, Brian Lima, bro. Folding guys the way, that'll probably be like red card now, but back in the day, when there wasn't like 11 cameras watching you, that was a bloody wow. What a hurt. So, yeah. That's just a little reflection of like how far we have come as a nation, especially Manu Samoa. So, yeah, man. It's good to acknowledge our history, man. We want it everywhere, eh? Let's look at all the ABs and all the Samoan boys and the ABs, man. Just imagine if they were all playing for Samoa. It would be game over for the world.
Yeah, man, it's cool that you said that because when I watched the Fiji Wales game, there were times when Wales didn't know what to do with the big units that were running through them, you know. So imagine that. Thanks, bro. Okay, we've got a Fia Poko of the week.
Yeah,
put one up on
the guy who was trying to laku the stuff on the trailer. Did you see that?
Oh, you posted it up, eh?
Yeah. What a I don't know, bro.
So that guy, there was a truck with a trailer and stuff, and the owner of the car came to the car and he saw a guy acting like it was his stuff.
Nah,
he owned it.
So what's happened is that the guy with the camera has gone up and seen the dude with the trailer. So he's got a couple of like there's a 1 ton bunnings that hold water, and they're just been parked up on a reserve land. So it's public property, but it's a reserve, like so it'll be council land. So this guy's just gonna help himself to them. And he's trying to like do the name drop, and he goes, "Oh no, I bought these. Like, did you buy them?" And he goes, "No, no." So the guy with the cameras, he's the one who actually owns them, and he might have probably let someone borrow them, and then just said, "I'll just drop them back." So this guy's gone and helped himself to them like they're his. And now he's getting mad that he's caught red-handed, but it's just a conversation that goes on between them. Eh? It's like just as he starts doing the name drop, and he realizes, "Fuck, I'm caught."
So I'll play some of it.
Show you the transaction.
When? Okay, show me the transaction because I know the person who owns it.
Do you know the person who owns these Pods?
Well, this is public property.
It's not.
Property. Yes, this is.
No,
This is what's it, government owned?
no, you're not right in the head. This is here's about council boundary, and this is not. This is private land.
What's that then?
It's owned by the Waiti station.
It's the Waiti
The
station.
Waiti station. It's owned by the Loos.
It's owned by the Lou
It's owned by the Lou family. Yes.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
just
you're just helping yourself
to
to community stuff.
What's your name?
What's your name?
Why?
Because you're
You're
stealing.
stealing.
Jeff Reed.
Jeff Reed.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
on you, mate.
What do you mean good
What do
on
you
you?
mean good on you?
You want your fucking.
I would like you to
I
put
would
them
like you
back,
to put them
please.
back, please.
I'm gonna
I would like you to
I
put
would
them
like you to
back,
put them
please.
back, please.
Huh?
Huh?
This isn't fucking.
Look on the back.
Look on the map, mate. Does it say it's
Dude,
Dude,
it doesn't mean
it doesn't mean you can help yourself
community
to community
assets.
assets.
Who is this
Who
guy?
is this guy?
What's your name, bro?
Hey,
Yeah, the way he was walking away, eh?
it was
The way
so
he was
funny.
walking away. I want to go check the boundary, and he walked
When he
away.
realizes he's caught, right? He's like, "Fuck!" But the guy, he obviously wants to know his name. So he colors the door. He picks up a piece of paper that's got his name and his address on it. And he's, "Oh, it's Cameron, eh?" And he's like, "Hey, fuck!" And then he just starts the car, tries to take off. And he's probably just realizing like, "Fuck, I'm caught," because he obviously knows his name. He's got his license plate, and he tries driving away, but it's like he's like, "Fuck, I'm caught." You know, he's actually caught, but he's like trying to fight a 50 there, dude.
Mm.
Jumps out like twice, man. I'm like, "Ah, that's why you do it at night, you stupid." So if you're gonna steal stuff, people, cover your face, man. The only thing you should be seeing is just like the eyes, not the face and the whole license plate and the whole name and address on a piece of paper. Yeah, that's got to be Fia Poko of the week, bro.
You know, but as I was just flicking down the crime section in the New Zealand Herald looking for a Fia Poko of the week, and see an article here about Nate Noah. He's released from jail now.
Was that after like 2.5 years, maybe?
5 months.
5 months. Allah.
Yeah. So he's on home detention now.
Oh, once he's got a phone, he's pretty much back in business, huh?
Probably get ready for those tweets. Sweet, man. Have you got a food review?
Fish review. Yeah, I do, but I didn't know the name of the cafe. Didn't know the name of the cafe. Did you have one?
Yeah. So Saturday before we went to the show was Sin's birthday, so we took it to a restaurant down in South Auckland called Vault Restaurant. It's at one of the Holiday Inns near the airport.
Yeah.
It's a smorgasbord, $52 per person, and it reminded me of the old Valentine's back in the days.
Oh shit! Is that how big it is?
It was probably not as big, but the food had all the meats. Had the beef,
Shit.
chicken,
Yeah.
ribs, desserts, the salads. They had oka as well.
Fuck.
Soups. Yeah. Sort of like what you probably get at RSA as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
How was the environment there? Was it like the setting good, or did it give it a nice vibe, good music, or?
nah, there was no music off because we went there. Our reservation was at 6:00, so that's the same time as the Warriors game. So I was thinking there's gonna be a big screen TV there, but nah,
Yeah.
no big screen TV, so I couldn't watch the Warriors game. But that was right. It was a typical because I haven't been there before. It's a proper
Yeah.
hotel, sort of motel hotel. It's like a flash motel. You seen those motels, but this is like a flash version of it.
Oh, true.
So I can imagine. I was just thinking. Wonder how many sports teams that come overseas stay at this place.
Over there.
You know,
Yeah.
probably not the Super Rugby teams, but maybe I don't know. They'll probably stay in the hotels in town. But
So what did you put on your plate, dude? Did you have a bit of everything? Anything you recommend? Is it worth going to?
Actually, no, not for $52. I thought $52 was a bit much for what you get.
Was it not including drinks?
Not including drinks. Gotta buy your own drinks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it was $35. It'll be worth it.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll give it about out of 5. I'll give it about 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
That's my food review. A Vault restaurant at the Holiday Inn near the airport. Ascot Road, Ascot Place, whatever.
There was one other Fia Poko oos,
Oh yeah.
but the man who confronts the bike. I think that's a man. Change your
What was
ways,
that
people. There's a guy who he must have had a custom bike, or like one of those bikes that you can see, like, hey, this is my bike. And he sees it outside the shop, and he goes inside the shop to tell the guy, hey, you got my bike. And then the guy gives him a sad story, you know, and then he's like, he's all energy at the start, and he's like, oh. You know, and I was thinking to myself, man, where's that sort of love in the world today, you know? Yeah, man confronts bike theft.
Where'd you get it? Stole it from my house. Daddy stole it from my house 2 weeks ago. I'm calling the police right now, brother. Calling the police right now. You want to get it back? You want me to call the police? Which one? I paid $10 for it. Well, who'd you pay $10 for? I'm calling the police. Let's move out of here so we don't bother the store people. I'm calling the police. Pick and choose. Take the fucking bike, dude. I paid $10. You're damn right I'm taking it. So you gotta watch out for your friends, man, because you're gonna get you in trouble. I literally paid $10 just to get back and forth to work. I think. Sorry, dude. Can I take down your number then? I don't want to cause you not to get to work. My bike got stolen. Right? It must be the second time it's got stolen. I know it's my bike. I built it. Have witnesses, have the serial number at home. So I'm willing to take down your number, Bob, so you can get to work. But I need my bike back. I'm not going to take it now, but I want your number so I can get eventually when we can arrange a bike for you. I know, but I'm saying I'll let you. Since I know it's for work, I'm willing to let you borrow it as long as we keep in touch, and then we'll find you a bike.
So what? He wanted his bike back, but then he wanted him to go to work.
Man, that guy's got a huge heart, man. And I know karma will come back and blessing will fall on that guy's heart, man. Because, bro, who says that? Who confronts someone like that and then gives them, you know, it's your lucky day. You're going to keep all your teeth today. Man, when I saw that, I was like, surely. That guy's got to be the local hero. He's got to be the local hero, man. I know this is my bike. I made it. Fuck. I need it for work. Give me your number then. I want my bike back, man.
It's like when you say you're in the car and you've got your child in the car with you, and then you get hit by another car. That's gonna conjure up some bit of road rage. You're gonna get out of your car and go to that other car that hit you with full fists, say.
Yeah.
Only to find that the girl in the other car is like this real pretty ass girl. and then you're like, oh, sorry, are you alright? Are you okay?
Oh, he just reminded me.
You're ready to rock the passenger. Hey, you're ready.
Up,
but then when you look in the car, there's a nice old lady. And then what? From 100 to 0.
Ooh, on Friday after work, bro, clearing out the car park, man. There's a young girl at work. She's like 19. She's like one of 11. She's the second oldest. And I said to her, oh, how come you're here? She's like, oh, yeah, because I'm like the second oldest, you know, so all my siblings are younger than me. So we're clearing out the car park, man. One of the boys goes before me. I'm saying bye to one of the boys. She reverses her car and smashes it into my truck, man. I was like, what the fuck? Gee.
What?
I slam on the brakes just as she's reversing. And like I'm beeping, eh? She doesn't even look, bro. And in my head, I'm like, hey, what the fuck, man? I have a look. And bro, I don't know what happened, man. But you can't see much. You can't see any damage, because my car was pretty dirty. It wasn't until I brought it home, and then the next day, Saturday, and like, cause Keita, she drives the truck every now and then. She's just walking to the garage, and then she's walking back up the driveway, and she looks. I just see the look on her face because I'm working on the Holden. I just see her, the look on her eyes, like, oh shit! And she's like, and I go, what? And she goes, who did that? And I was like, what? She goes, that wasn't me, man. Honestly, that wasn't me. I was like, so I ended up seeing that girl today at work here, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna have to get you to pay for it. She goes, nah, it's all good, man. Like I told you, Letty, I'll take care of it. Promise. I go, I wasn't gonna say anything, but because my daughter drives the car too, and like, she's scratched it once, but then I said to her, because she saw it, and now she sees us like, hey, Dad, I didn't do that, Dad. It's almost like, now she can drive it, would be like, well, crash it, and then now she can say, well, you didn't tell that girl to pay for it, I don't want her to have that leg over me, so I'm like, and she's buddy, but the girl at work was like, nah, it's all good, bro. Honestly, I'll pay for it. Just let me know. So, fuck yeah, man. I was like, it could have been worse, man. Like, I'm just lucky, like, didn't crack the headlight or anything. But first things first, when we jumped out, I was like, are you all good? She's, yeah, I'm alright. She's like, just saying sorry, hard up. Man. Lucky, bro. Could have been worse.
Lucky. Sweet, bro. Running out of time. We got the Counter Rock boys coming on the platform next, so we should wrap this up. So, any last words, brother?
Yeah, man. Last words, man. To anyone who might be just sitting on a learner license or a restricted license, man, now is the time. Do not wait. Do not have I got it next year. Do it as soon as possible, man. Having a license, man, it's like, hey, everyone deserves to drive without the hassle of like worrying about whether you know the road code or not. Still, people getting it wrong, man. We've heard people come on here and talk about their road rage. Well, how about you go and refresh yourself and go get your learners or your restricted or your full license, man, It's not as hard as what people make it out to be, man. Like, there's a lot of videos on YouTube. They can help you talk through the identifying hazards and what's required on your full license test. So, yeah, man, don't procrastinate, man. Make it happen. Make a plan and put it into action, man. So, my last words is, man, yep, don't overthink things. You might not get it done. Yeah, mad love to everyone, and yeah, man, it's good to see you again, Noose. Good to be on here again.
Sure, Noose. Good to have you on, and good to have you test out your new mic.
Very hard, hard. Hopefully, the audio is as good as what your one sounds like when it's in the cars.
Should be. Just want to make last words to everyone that's enjoying the Rugby World Cup. Manu Samoa is about to play their first game this Sunday morning, 1 a.m. against Chile. Been looking forward to that start of our campaign to make the quarterfinals. We've made the quarterfinals since '95, I think. Was it '95?
Yeah.
So hopefully we can get up and get that quarterfinal spot again. We've got some international players joining the Manu Samoa for the first time since Wales did the Suki and changed the rules on us.
Yeah.
The eligibility. But that's all right. We're back. Yeah, man. Thanks, Letz, for jumping on. Thanks for all the listeners out there. And tune into more of the WesWes Network. Tune into our website, www.weswesnet.com. Give us a $5 donation because we want to make some money to bring you some more content, get some new microphones, get some better audio for everybody that's jumping on here. For you guys, so all right, let's get the fuck out of here.
Jesus.